Beware the Siberian beetle. All right, so in yesterday's show, I literally talked about how FBI had a COINTELPRO program, right? So the FBI literally has a history of going out of their way to make people as paranoid as possible, um, making them think there's an informant in every bush. And one thing I do want to point out, every time an FBI undercover agent guy retires, he always writes a book and goes on some giant tour, right? Now, there's several ways to interpret this. One is this is just a guy trying to make some money off of all the pain and suffering he's been through, because that's a very difficult career to be in, okay? Like betraying people and stuff like that all the time. Very difficult career to be in. It's very probably taxing emotionally, physically, psychologically. Another way to interpret this, though, why? Why is this guy going on so many interviews? I've seen this guy do interviews with channels that have like 2,000 subscribers. The number of interviews like Scott Payne has done has been basically next to just absolutely insane. The number of I mean, I could get an interview with him if I wanted one, I'm pretty sure. Because I've seen him do interviews with channels that have barely any subscribers, and you could test this out just by like going to page 4. If you just type in Scott Payne interview, like go to page 4. But he's done interviews with like Dr. Phil and pretty much all the major YouTubers, and including smaller YouTubers nobody's ever heard of. People smaller than me. So it's one has to ask, why does Scott Payne do all these interviews? Well, I think, and this is just speculation on my part, I'm not saying I know for sure, but what I think is the FBI wants everybody to think that there's a Scott Payne always lurking around. I think this is what they want. They just want people dysfunctional. They want people thinking that there's a kind of a Scott Payne guy around every corner. And I think they do put Scott Payne people to go after pretty obvious groups that that's why if you see a group that's glowing, you just avoid the glowy group. And it's good advice. Like if a group is glowing, you probably got a glower in it. You know. And I've also talked about our Patriot Front feds and stuff like that. Um, well, I mean, I don't think Patriot Front are feds because, quite frankly, everything the feds does is like not effective and doesn't work. The Patriot Front is way too efficient for them to be feds, for one. But anyways, do I think there's a couple of federal infiltrators in there? Yeah, there's probably also people that are like other way around, like people that genuinely believe in Patriot Front that happen to also be feds. That could exist too. So I don't know. I just wanted to give you guys my thought about the Scott Payne thing. And again, he did infiltrate the base, and he infiltrated the Klan before that. And you got to wonder, like, how many of these guys does the FBI have? I don't think that's publicly available information. If that was publicly available information, that'd be pretty dumb for them to publicly release, like how many FBI informants they have. But you have to assume, like, whenever you see a group that's particularly radical, there's definitely like an FBI guy embedded in there somewhere. You have to assume that that's what's going on. But see, when I was in Republic of Florida militia a decade ago, the reason I knew I didn't have anybody like Scott Payne was because, one, we were on the lookout for that kind of guy. Okay, so I'm gonna give you my reason why Scott Payne wouldn't have fooled me personally, because me and my buddies, I know what type of dudes I had in ROF. Okay, we had a bunch of computer nerds. We didn't have that many bikers. We're a bunch of computer nerds that love to go out in the woods and do tactical shit. Right? We're gamers and nerds and shit. So when a guy is visibly older than us, hey, I used to be a biker for the Hells Angels up north, and I used to be involved with the Klan and stuff. I want to come hang out with you guys in the woods. I don't really, it's just not very believable because we're gamers and we're computer nerds. And you mean to tell me some guy, some big burly older guy from out of town wants to come hang out with us nerds in the woods? It just doesn't sound right. You know what I mean? It just doesn't sound right. It would have never sounded right. So, and I had a couple of friends that were big burly biker dudes. We had a guy named Jeremy. But anyways, we had some big dudes in ROF, but see, I knew people that knew them. I knew people that went to school with them and stuff like that. Everybody I recruited was people I already knew. It's like people I went to school with and stuff, right? So everybody that I was involved with, now there was other cells of ROF, but everybody I personally recruited was just people that I personally knew, or if I didn't personally know them, they had a backstory that like somebody that I knew them, and it was usually like several people that I knew them, and I knew what high school they went to, so I could call up 5 different people that could be like, yeah, I went to high school with that guy, so it was much harder to infiltrate. And if some random guy like Scott Payne had shown up, I would have like not included him in the main activities. He would have always been like a pariah, and he would have been given some type of menial task. And I always thought to myself, man, it'd be cool if they sent me a federal agent, because like maybe he'll pay dues. The old joke is, who the federal agent is because he pays dues. That's the old joke. So maybe he'll pay his dues on time. Um, hell yeah, send me a federal agent. It's one more guy for the group photos. Yeah, increasing, because I mean it's kind of cool if I get a fed if I'm not doing anything illegal, because then I get one more guy to take a photo with me, and I get an increase in social capital at the federal government's expense. So, like having a Fed standing next to me, and usually the thing about confidential informant, like not confidential informant, like actual federal infiltrator, FBI undercover agents, they're usually big, strong people. Usually. Now I know that they've been a little smarter about that recently. I know about that. But usually they're pretty impressive looking people. So having some big, strong dude standing next to me at the taxpayer's expense to increase my own social capital at the taxpayer's expense, I don't know. That sounds pretty good. It sounds good to me, especially if you're not doing. That's how you beat these people. Okay, you don't do anything illegal, because we're in 2026 and they got drones and they got all types of ways of spying on you. You just can't do anything illegal. That's ultimately how you beat them 9 times out of 10. I mean, I know they can frame you, but anyways, this is my thoughts on informants or like undercover agents and stuff. They do exist, but in my opinion, the government wants you to think there's way more of them than there actually are, because the paranoia they can generate, making you think there's one hiding in every bush, is worth more to the government. It's costly, it's expensive for them to actually have undercover agents infiltrating an organization. That costs them a lot of money. It's costly. People like Scott Payne, they have to go through a lot of training and they have to be paid a lot of money. So the idea that there's a Scott Payne hiding in every bush, sorry, I don't buy it. It's something to keep in mind. Beware the Siberian beetle. Ooh, the Siberian beetle. Ooh. I wonder if Scott Payne knows about the Siberian beetle. Hey, Scott, if you're watching this, please, I really want to know. Can you leave in the comment section, Scott Payne, if you're watching this, do you know about the Siberian beetle? It's part of the history of the agency you used to work for, so I'm wondering. It's on FBI.gov, the Siberian beetle. Let's see if Scott knows his own history. This is part of FBI history right here. Beware the Siberian beetle. It's funny how many FBI agents don't even know about this. All right, guys. See you on the next one. Jordan Jareb signing off.